So our show, Fabric of Time, is essentially based around a dressmaker, or you could just say any creative process, kind of what goes through creating something. And you know, there's pressure every year. It's kind of like a marching band show, to be honest. Like every year we did a phenomenal job with Houdini. So then it becomes, okay, how are we gonna make it better? What are we gonna do to make it cooler? I feel like sometimes designers in costuming, sometimes designers, set crew, like you always are trying to push the envelope. And unfortunately with that creativity comes a time crunch. You know, I could make a really awesome marching band show, but I have to make it in a very short amount of time to be prepared for the next year. If it was 5 years in the process, that'd be great. So I feel like incorporating the time concept with trying to come with that something unique, something different, you know, and how creative people draw inspiration and all that. That's kind of the journey of the show. The two elements that we get through the entire show is gonna be, you're gonna hear a clock, the ticking of the pressure of it's always there, like I've got a deadline to meet, I've got to come up with this, and then pure imagination, because I think at the core of what anybody that's creative, what you're trying to do is use that. You have to have imagination, you have to have creativity, and so you'll notice through all portions of our show, you will hear clocks in the background at some points, and you will hear the line of the pure imagination, and that's kind of what we're trying to encapsulate. Marry those two ideas together. So we start at the very beginning when pre-show is kind of like, I don't have an idea. And you'll see a character that's out on the field like trying to think, where are we drawing the inspiration from? And then our hit is pure imagination. From there, all of the things that go into, so this one we're doing dresses. So the visual imagery of things that you would find in a, you know, I don't know, a sewing shop or, you know, in an art studio. I'm Julie Hadley and I am the color guard director here. I am also responsible for the design of the product that we do. So all the visual things, I mark out the drill. I figure out all the visual moments that we want to kind of execute throughout the show. And then I do all the band body work. At Lincoln, this is my 4th year, I believe, at Lincoln. I started COVID year. That was a interesting year to start. I do not live in Sioux Falls. I used to live in Omaha, Nebraska, and actually right when I got the Sioux Falls job, I had moved to Kalispell, Montana, which is about 15 miles from Canada, give or take, right outside Glacier National Park. So it's beautiful, and there's no heat like this. You know, I think when I was given the color guard job, you know, I mean, I'm a teacher by trade. That's what I do. I've taught 15 years of my life. I'm a social studies teacher. And so kids are it for me. That's what I do. So I think I got this connection with these kids and was able to bring what I bring to Lincoln, very dance-based, very performance-based. And these kids have just bought into it. And every year it's become, like I was literally just working with these kids that volunteered to come early and they're like, hey, can we, like, you guys want to learn it? And they're like, yeah. And they could be sitting on their phones, they could be eating breakfast, and they wanted to dance with me at 7:30 in the morning. So it's the kids that keep me giving up my summer and being in a 1,000,000-degree heat. This was a tough, it was definitely tough. We don't have humidity in Montana. You know, I think as a director, you always want to be cautiously optimistic. This group of kids, with how they're embracing it, I feel like we're doing a very strong job. You know, I don't like to be like, oh, we were way better than we were here, we're way far ahead. That doesn't matter. Someone made a comment yesterday, it's just really about us competing against ourselves and where we are. So I think that's probably a better thing. And day 8, the kids are still doing great and they're still bringing the energy and they're still, you know, excited to be here. You know, and I think that as a teacher, you don't get that in the classroom all the time. Like, hey, we're gonna learn about the American Revolution, and some kids are like, wah, wah, you know. But these kids every day, they've just brought so much energy.